Welcome back to the UpVote channel. Teachers of Reddit, what is something a student of yours has said that made you think, wow, there is no hope left for you? I'm a second grade teacher. I have a boy who lies constantly about anything. He was on camera, watching the footage of himself punching a student in the face, and he crossed his arms and said, "If I didn't do it, then I didn't do it." The worst part is his mom believes every word he says, and attacks the school for making him accountable for his actions. He's going to do something as an adult and go to jail. When they pull him away, I know he's going to be yelling, "If I didn't do it, I didn't do it." On Friday, a girl told me that she and her mother were walking down the street behind an old man. The old man reached into his pocket for something, and all his money fell onto the sidewalk. She and her mother ran and picked it all up. When the old man tried to take it back from them, they told him it was their money and to go to hell. My wife told me this story about a time she was lecturing a kid on why he should try to do well in school. She asked him what he wanted to be when he grows up. His response, "I want to be in jail. That's where my dad and uncle is." She had no response. Probably the only time in her career that she was left speechless by a student. I had a senior say she didn't think it was fair. I've grown to hate that word, by the way, that my exams use short answer questions instead of multiple choice. She said, "Some of us just aren't good writers." I responded that if you're a senior in college and can't string a few sentences together, something has gone wrong. She stormed out of class. I ain't doing any of that shit. My mom already said she's signing the papers to drop out as soon as I turn 16. Edit. I know that many people often drop out and end up going back to get a GED. I sincerely hope this young man turns his life around. He's had an incredibly tough upbringing, and along with that, a history of violent conduct in and out of school. I tried my best to remain patient with him in my room, and to motivate him any way I could. At the point he said those words, I just don't think there was anything more I could do. That was last year, and he hasn't been back to school this year. I really hope that, at some point, he figures things out and gets his life going in a positive direction. Whatever that may be. I want to be a drug dealer, but the cool kind. You know, the ones that wear a suit and carry a briefcase. He was 17 at the time, and completely serious. He was expelled a month later for jumping another student. I had one student at a bilingual school in Mexico, who after being at this school and supposedly learning English for 5+ years, still couldn't speak it and barely tried to make any effort to learn anything. Didn't do assignments and failed almost every test. When we mentioned it to her parents, their attitude was that she doesn't really need it because she will just marry someone who will take care of everything for her. My thought was, who would want to marry someone who doesn't know anything and makes no effort? Kid totally serious. I'm going to drop out. I'll make money off of YouTube. Me. How many views are your videos getting? Kid. I have 4 subscribers, so I just need a few more. Incident number 1. Can we just not learn this? It's hard. We should just skip it. Incident number 2. I don't have to get good grades. My grandfather owns a house, and when he dies, my family is going to sell it for $1 million, so I won't have to ever get a job. I like how people think $1 million means they and their families are set for life. A girl, 8th grade, told me she wanted to have kids, 2 to 3, by the time she was 18, so she could have the energy to keep up with them, and then be a stripper to support them. I mean, not a bad plan exactly. If she can hold it down and stay away from drugs, and she's good looking, then we're talking a mom who is there for her kids all day, but the babysitter puts them to bed, but mama comes home with $900 per night in cash. Then when her looks start to go or she's over it, she's still young enough to go back to school or learn a trade or whatever while her kids are getting ready for college, which they will pay for in crumpled or slash and tightly rolled $1 bills. I teach English in Japan and sometimes here. I don't understand this because I am Japanese. What a well-constructed sentence for a Japanese person. Be sure to write in the comments what you think about it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and watch our other videos.